Welcome back to part 2 of the Mastering Brotato series. Well, part 3, but this is the second character, the Brawler. And if we look here at his character traits, we have plus 50% attack speed with unarmed weapons, plus 15% dodge, minus 50 range, and minus 50 ranged damage. So what does that mean? That means we are not going with ranged weapons, of course. We're going with unarmed weapons because 50% attack speed is equivalent to 10 tier 1 attack speed upgrades. 15% dodge is equivalent to 5 tier 1 dodge upgrades, which means when we pick the claw rather than the fist, you might be thinking, oh, you start with one fist, why don't you go with fist? Yes, that's true. However, I don't like 15 knockback. I think they did make a massive change recently, which made some items which scale with knockback and give you additional damage. However, I think that the claw still has better scaling. It has a 2.5 times critical damage multiplier at tier 4 and also has 25% innate crit chance at tier 4. So, and on top of that as well, the attack speed scaling also goes up. So the damage ends up scaling with attack speed and melee damage. So you can take either one, and then you also get the precise weapon tree versus just unarmed on the fist, which means you get an additional 15% crit chance. So at tier 4, if you have 6 claws, you get 40% crit chance for free, virtually, and then you deal 2.5 times critical damage. And to me, this is much better, higher cap for damage than the fist. Okay, so we are going to be going with the claw today. Of course, danger 5, as we always do. And on wave 1, there's nothing you need to do very specially, I would say. Just look out for the tree, since you do have a chance to have a tree spawn on wave 1. I'm not seeing anything. It looks like I'm not getting a tree spawn here. Unfortunate. I actually got very low materials, but that is okay. And I will say they buffed rerolls. They made them much cheaper. So if you watched my first part in the series, this was before the buff. Or sorry, that video was before the buff. Now that they've buffed it, I will say my playstyle is even more correct because rerolling is just so cheap at this point. It costs almost nothing. So you should almost always be rerolling for stats that you need, like forearms, right? Melee damage. And then here, same thing, one cost reroll for the shop. However, make sure you sell your fist first, and you only keep the claw. Because this makes it so you have a 50% chance to see claws when you reroll. Like here, we see a claw, we take it, we go ahead and lock these two, roll for a claw, roll for a claw, roll for a claw, okay? And you see we end up with 3 claws and 2 nice items that we can buy. And then wave 2 is wave 2, nothing really mentionable, I would say. Just make sure you're clearing all the enemies and picking up the materials so you have more money to spend during your next shops. And also because they can help you level up, of course, right? Make sure you clear trees if you see them like this one here. Okay. And here I'm going to take crit chance. This is one of the characters, it's a little strange. Also, I'm re-rolling for claws still. Okay. Re-rolling for claw? No, I didn't find another one. But this is one of the strange characters where you actually do want to take crit chance early, even though, you know, you have very low base damage. You still want to take those crit chances when you get them offered, because when I have 6 claws, I'm going to have 15% crit plus the innate 10%. So they already have 25% as is, even though I've only taken one single tier 1 crit upgrade. And we got a nice tree spawn. Very nice. We got a loot orb. Or loot crate, I should say, sorry. And these waves should all be fairly easy. I will just say, you know, just be careful with the chargers. Don't let them dash at you. If you see them turn red, just move up or down, right, like this. Move out of the way, basically, if you see them charging at you. And a claw tree, I would definitely take that. These stats are not really takeable. Melee damage is completely fine. These stats are also not super great. Okay, attack speed is completely fine. And we get a claw. and we get our lost duck. And I'm also going to reroll again. A repost. This is a pretty expensive 2 melee damage. The passive ability is okay, but I don't think it's really useful, to be honest. I'd rather have the claw tree. I'm actually going to reroll one more time. And I don't really see anything I want, so I'm just going to go ahead and save the rest of my rolls. Now we have the helmed aliens, little helmet buddies. They're not really anything special, they just chase you just like the baby aliens do. Though they don't come in packs, obviously, you can see them kind of coming one at a time. Mostly I just focus down the clumps and then go towards the spitters. Make sure I don't get hit by projectiles randomly. Move towards this clump, try to get more XP. Okay, and that's it, easy peasy. And then here, what do we take? What do you think we take? Attack speed, right? As I've been teaching, more damage, more damage, more damage. Just take all the damage you can, and you should be completely fine throughout your run. And I'm going to keep re-rolling because we have such cheap rolls, right? So I'm going to lock the glasses and roll again. Actually, do I want the hedgehog? 2 melee damage. It's not very good value compared to something like the claw tree. I'm actually going to skip it. The claw tree has really good value, right? You saw it cost me, I believe it was 22 materials, 1 melee damage plus 3% crit chance. And you would say, oh, but you lose max HP. That's completely fine, we'll get it back. We don't need that much max HP on this character. I'd say if you have about 50, or if you have 60, you're incredibly safe. If you have 50, you should still be very safe. You don't need a ton of max HP, you just need a ton of damage. Which is kind of the answer, or like solution to most characters. Also, I got a nice, oh, 2 loot crates. Okay, I got a little lucky there. I got 2 loot crates. See what we get. We don't need this, 12 materials. Okay, we don't need this either. So 18 materials, right? Very nice. And we could take this since we have negative speed, but you know me, damage. Okay, reroll, no damage, reroll, no damage, reroll, reroll, still no damage. I'm still rerolling. Okay, I'll take dodge though. Dodge is okay because we have 30% dodge and the cap is 60%. So if we get 9%, it's basically 1/3 of the rest of the dodge that we do need to reach the cap. Go ahead and buy some range. I will say range is half as effective on the Brawler, so you don't need that much. However, I do think getting towards break even is quite nice. It makes it a little bit safer for you as a player because you don't have to get so close to the enemies, right? Also, I really like the Blood Leech, especially after they did buff it. However, I'm just going to take the butterfly and leave this for now. Though I don't think we need harvesting, I also don't necessarily want to go into the negatives with harvesting. Like go into the red. Doesn't feel great. Also, I'm just moving towards the chargers before they even charge, so they don't have a chance to run at me or to dash at me. And flies are, you know, actually just zero threat when you're playing a full melee character. They only eject projectiles if you hit them with projectiles. And obviously we only have melee weapons, we do not have any projectiles to hit them with. So as long as you don't directly walk into them, you will not get hit by them. Okay. Oh, more range. Okay, so now our range is back to a positive amount. That is plenty of range now. We're not too worried about that. Okay, leather vest is interesting. I do think I'm going to take it. I will say this max HP is quite low. We definitely want some more. Maybe broken mouth? No. I don't want the broken mouth though. Go ahead and take this claw. And crit chance. 6% crit chance is really nice. So crit chance is kind of hard to get, right? If you think about it, a tier 4 crit chance upgrade is 9%. This item gives 6% for 38. We of course do lose a little bit of damage percent. I think that's completely fair of a trade-off. Because 6% crit is in between a tier 2 and tier 3 upgrade. and then 3% damage is less than a tier 1 damage upgrade. So I think it's a very fair trade, and crit chance just has such high value on our character. Also, you might be wondering, oh, why are you letting the slasher eggs break or hatch, right? The reason is when you kill the slashers, you actually get more materials than if you were to kill the eggs. So if I let them hatch, I can get more XP and more money. It might be a sort of negligible small amount, but you know, everything adds up, right? If I can do something to... Oh, I got hit by slasher slash. I say as I'm talking about getting more money XP, it almost kills me. But yeah, if you can do anything to sort of increase your odds of winning, then why wouldn't you do it, right? Okay, reroll here. Oh, armor or crit chance? Ooh, this is a hard choice. I really like armor. However, oh my god, it's such a hard choice. It's such a difficult choice. I'm going to take crit chance. It's definitely a bit greedy though. Okay, we're going to lose more damage percent, but we really want that HP, so I'm completely okay with this. Also, I'd skip the recycling machine, but you know, it's so early in the waves, wave 7, that I think it's actually okay to take here. Nothing here. Nothing here as well. Claw, very nice. One more. Okay, another claw, very nice. Now we have all tier 2 claws, and they're dealing 18 damage with 52% crit chance. So, we're looking pretty good in the damage department. We definitely want some more max HP. This is pretty low for wave 7 and 8. Also, a bit more dodge to cap out would be nice. Because the dodge cap is only 60%, you don't need that much. Okay, I got hit. Oh no. Okay, I need to make sure I'm not getting hit by spitters. I'd say focusing down the spitters here on wave 8 is probably the most important thing. So you don't just get randomly hit from the side. It's quite easy to dodge these chargers, but the spitters are a bit more awkward because their movement or their projectiles go across the screen entirely, right? They never fade away. Chargers move a set distance and then stop, right? Spitters will throw projectiles at you from across the screen. It's a bit of a hassle. Okay, 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 okay. Relax, relax. Positioning in a way where I can hit the chargers from the side and kill them. And that's the wave, okay. But yeah, this only looks as dangerous because we don't have enough max HP. So I'm going to be taking this max HP here, yeah. And then an ugly tooth. I'm actually going to take this because it's very good for the boss later. And another claw tree. We're losing more and more max HP. We keep shooting max HP. This is okay. And they actually buffed it. +1 max HP for every 80 materials you have. But I don't think it's very good still, so I'm not going to take it. On the other hand, I think metal plate is quite nice. And of course, I'm going to take Ducky, as per usual. Ducky is amazing. Unfortunately, they did nerf Ducky though, right? I wish it was still 10% or 10 luck. But I do think it was way too good value. 10 luck for 1 elemental damage is way too good of a trade-off. Especially when the item is so cheap. So I don't blame them for nerfing it. Does that mean we're not taking it? No, of course not. We're still taking Ducky. We want to kill all the chargers. This wave is fairly safe for Brawler. I'd say there's almost zero risk of dying here. I think you'd have to be standing still probably to end up dying here. Because the wave only consists of fin aliens, which just chase you. Or chasers, which just chase you. And then small chargers and the bruisers here. So it's pretty much zero risk, I'd say. I don't know if I've ever died on this wave playing Brawler. Probably not. Okay. Alien tongue. I mean, it's okay, but I don't think it's actually useful compared to 33 materials, I'm going to be honest. Also, more damage is quite nice, to be honest. I really like more damage. The other thing is our claws scale with attack speed. So, more attack speed also equals more damage. And then, of course, crit chance. And we get our armor here. Get a claw. 2 melee damage. This might be worth taking now. We only have 7 melee damage. The issue is it's only half effective, right? So it's only 1 melee damage, or 1 additional damage for our weapons. A little bit rough. I think it's probably still worth it. Go ahead and skip these. Oh, another claw. Another claw. One more roll. Another repost. Or a scar. I kind of like scar here. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take scar. Now we'll actually lock repost. So melee damage is not super effective on the character, right? But of course you do need some base damage, which comes from attack speed and melee damage. So you do want to be taking melee damage still. And as you can see, I'm critting for 67, which is amazing. We just want to max that out, max out that crit chance. We're pretty close to doing that. And then get more base damage and damage percent. We're also feeling mostly safe with 30 max HP. I'd actually like to have 40 max HP and maxed out dodge. That would make me feel really safe. Anything above 40 max HP up to 60 will just make me feel even safer. But I will say we're going to need more damage pretty soon for the elite mobs. We're not going to be able to take care of them too easily if we just go for defensive stats. Also, I can sort of bait all the charges to move in the same area, like I just did. So I can get more money and materials. We don't really need this. We definitely don't need engineering things. So this, melee damage. I'm going to go ahead and just take the melee damage here. And MX HP, okay, beautiful. And then more melee damage, a claw. We could take these, for example. However, I'm not really interested, to be honest. I don't think I want to mix in things with the claws, because these have precise, which means they're giving me more crit chance. So getting rid of them also gets rid of some of our crit chance, which I wouldn't like. Luck. I like Shady Potion here. Our luck chance is really low. We only had 16%. So I'm pretty happy to pick that up. Also happy to pick up a piggy bank and be on our way. This costs 90, and it's going to give us 25. At least immediately, right? It's going to give us more later, of course. But the piggy bank basically cost us 65 materials as of right now. Which is pretty cheap. I'd say it's a nice investment. Also, just be careful on this wave. Wave 11 is always a little dangerous with the pursuers. You want to make sure you're not letting them touch you at all. They can chunk you for half your HP, and then you just suddenly are really close to dying. If anything else hits you, it's not too big of a deal. You just have to not panic, as per usual. But do not let the pursuers touch you. That is a little bit dangerous. That's why I'm sort of angling to make sure I'm hitting them as much as possible. Don't let them stack up their speed and start moving at you really quickly. Okay, wave's basically over. Just want to run into the clumps, try to clear out more minions, more monsters. We don't want white flag. We lose enemies, which means we lose materials. And I think I'm going to go with dodge here. I could definitely get some more damage, but our dodge chance is almost capped, so I'm happy to take this. We get some damage here. We cut another claw tree. Yeah, we're at 50% dodge, or crit chance. We want to get to 75%, and that will basically give us 100 once we get our tier 4 weapons. Oh, melee damage with no drawback. I'll definitely be taking that. Oh, this is interesting. Helmet is actually okay. It's not the most value of items. The issue is we have very low speed, so I don't actually want to lose more speed right now. Definitely don't want to lose crit chance. Oh, this is quite nice. I'm going to go ahead and take a black belt, because we get more XP gain, which means we end up getting more stats, right? It's a nice investment as well. And you can see we're meleeing for 92 on the big crits. Really nice. We definitely want to do more damage though. It's not quite where we want it to be. We're going to see an elite mob, an elite mob pretty soon. So we're definitely going to need more damage. And on this wave, just make sure you're not getting hit by chargers or pursuers, and you should be completely safe. Little mobs don't really pose much of a threat once you get to this point in the game. They're sort of just in the way, so you can't like necessarily walk up to hit the pursuers and such. But that's completely fine. Just let them walk to you and then focus on hitting them. Okay. Kind of want to get this tree. It's a little greedy. Yeah, no loot box. It's okay though. Okay, more luck. I'm okay with taking this. I'm pretty happy to take this actually. This also is interesting. I think I will actually take this. It does make the mini boss and boss stages a little harder, but I think that's okay. I'm okay with that. And here I'll definitely take attack speed. Oh, this is amazing. Okay. 30% damage is really nice. And then I'd like to get the wheat as well. So I'm going to lock it and reroll. I don't really want any of these. I'm going to go ahead and reroll again. Damage percent. Sure. Yeah. Okay. So we're sitting at 38 max health. I'd like to get to 50-ish and finish capping out our dodge. And then finish capping out our crit chance. That would be pretty much, I'd say, like a assured win if we could get all of those things done. Especially if we can get, I'd say if we can get a bit more crit chance before the next mini boss, we should be able to win the run pretty easily. With our buddy, the A-tier Brawler. I will say though, I do think melee champs are a bit harder to play, probably, than range champs. Because you are kind of forced to get into range of all of the melee units to hit them. Which leaves you sort of puts you in danger of actually getting hit. Whereas when you play something like a well-rounded with SMGs, it's a lot less likely because you can play very far away and still just clear the entire board, right? Or the entire screen. Oh, I could have got these trees. It's a little bit too late now. Okay. Some speed, but we lose crit chance. I don't really like losing crit chance because we're not quite capped. More attack speed though. Very nice. And some range. I don't think it's worth it. Okay, 8 melee damage is nice though. And boxing glove, okay. What's our knockback at? Oh, we have 6 knockback now. Okay, we actually have a lot of knockback. Oh yeah, they added knockback to the black belt. I forgot about that. I'll reroll. It's very cheap. So cheap. Okay, we finally found another claw. It took a long time. And we have a clover. I'm very happy to take this clover actually. So we do lose 2 lifesteal. But our dodge chance is capped. And now we have a very nice amount of luck. 58 luck. And we can take a repost for more damage. We're currently at 72 damage. 2.3 times crit multiplier. So we're hitting very hard. Against the boss, it's a nice test. The boss is going to mutate. We have to be careful for the charge. You can see we're killing it pretty fast though. And it's dead. Okay. That took about 15 seconds. It could have been faster. With a bit better movement. I'd say a 15-second elite there is really nice. Because the wave doesn't really start ramping up until about 30 seconds. That's when you have a lot of monsters sort of spawning on the screen. Also, there's so many spawners. I need to clear them all and get rid of the junkies. Okay, there we go. It's like all the junkies gone. It's kind of annoying how they have like delayed spawns after you kill the spawners. The junkies have delayed spawns. But it's not a big deal. We're full HP, very happy, easy wave. And this is quite nice actually. I really like the additional range and the crit chance is the big thing. Okay. We could take this, but this really puts us in danger of dying, if I'm being honest, because we only have 37 max health. And I'm taking it anyways. Okay. Don't do what I do. Just listen to what I say. Don't take the cannon there. It will get you killed sometimes. Because we only had 3 armor and we got rid of that armor, which means we are a lot more susceptible to randomly getting one shot. Armor doesn't necessarily mean taking armor doesn't necessarily mean you're being too defensive. It's just like sort of anti one shot, or like one shot protection. You could put it that way. Because you can definitely get one shot if you don't have enough health and armor. But I think it should be fine. Just gotta dodge, make sure we're focused. Okay, I accidentally walked into an enemy. Okay. Let's not die here. That would be embarrassing. Right after taking a glass cannon. Stay focused. Get the looter. Okay. Yeah. So this is what I meant though. You see, I actually was at risk of dying somewhat. Okay, 4% crew chance is actually quite nice because we're only 10% away from cap. So I am going to take this case. Then reroll. Wow, okay, we really didn't get much there. I will go ahead and take the armor though. Life steal. And another one of these. Another repost and another claw. Okay. So now we're dealing 91 damage with 2.3 times crit multiplier. And we have a 89% chance to crit. If we combine them, then we actually get another 5% on that. So we would only need to get to another 6% crit chance, right? Okay, nice. We're on a pretty safe wave. Any wave where you don't really have a lot of projectiles is going to be pretty safe. The buffers don't really do anything, since you just one-shot through their buff anyways. Their health buff doesn't matter and the damage buff doesn't matter, because the enemies don't reach you. We will just be focusing down the buffers anyways, because they're the only real threat on the stage. Get rid of the buffers. You should never really be dying here, I'd say. Come towards the buffers again, get rid of them. And over here on the right side, get rid of them. Some more are going to spawn here. Don't get hit by the bruisers or the armored bruisers. Okay, easy wave. And we are going to take this because, as you saw the other wave, we almost died for losing our armor. So just getting more tank stats is a big deal. We basically only lose 1 damage because, that's how the scaling works. And here we want armor. Okay, thank you. So we got our armor back. We're a lot safer now. We could take a lure, another lure, luck. 10 luck for a few more waves is actually, I think it's worth it. Also, this could be worth it, but it's very expensive for 3 max HP, so I'm not going to take it. This, however, I'm very happy to take. A tentacle. 20% chance to heal when we kill an enemy with a critical hit. So that just means we have a 20% chance to heal when we kill an enemy, pretty much. Right? Because we have 92% crit chance. And we're against the mother. This is probably one of the better mini bosses for us. Because a bit easier to kill. As long as the pursuers don't get in the way like they are getting in the way. Okay, there we go. So we got her down really quickly, you saw. That is thanks to our damage, right? 200 per auto. Or per attack is a lot of damage. I do want to get that up. Of course, some more. I'd like to get a bit more armor and a little bit more health. And then just only damage percent and like attack speed. Also, we're getting a ton of looters since we bought 2 lures during the last shop. We get a bunch of loot crates here. 4 loot crates. If we can get another one, we can make it 5. I don't know what my cap is. It might be 6 loot crates. I'm not sure. I don't remember, to be honest. But we just want to focus on clearing minions. Okay, 500 materials is pretty good. Oh, that's quite nice. More max HP. So I'm gonna take this. I don't like losing damage, of course, but oh, crit chance. So I'm also gonna take this, even though the engineering and the passive don't do anything. But getting to that 80% crit chance actually would be very nice. You know what? I'm taking this as well because oh, okay, I'm taking this as well. Okay. Okay, okay. I took a lot of luck, but you can see it kind of paid off. I got 4 armor. I got a tier 4 armor upgrade. Yeah, yeah. I just took a lot of luck for only the last few waves, but it will probably end up paying off, even though we did lose quite a bit of damage percent. Do I want this? Not really, to be honest. Yeah, no. How much knockback do we have? So we have positive 3 knockback. This was put us at 0, effectively. I think that's fine. I'm not scared. Get another claw. Combine. And another claw. So these have 100% crit chance already, because we have exactly 75. And these are missing 5% because they're tier 3. But that does mean we're effectively maxed out on crit chance. And you can see we're hitting for 275 with our tier 4 claws. So damage is pretty much completely sorted out. We could use some more armor. More armor would make us really safe. We have maxed out dodge. We have 60 max HP. We have 7 armor. Getting more will just make us even safer. We just dodged the one thing that did hit us. And I will say, this character, you do have to get a lot more tank stats than you do on Well-Rounded or some, other range characters. But that's not necessarily a bad thing, right? I think it just means you're safer. It just means you have to have slightly better movement and mechanics, I would say. Because you can't be getting hit by melee units, right? You're not allowed to stay super far away from them. You actually do have to get in a sort of more dangerous position, technically. But I think as long as you're moving properly and focusing enemies properly, you'll be completely safe. And this is... Oh man, I really want to take this. I actually really want to take this. Okay, I'm going to take this. I do lose my maxed out crit, but we do have a little bit of time before the final boss. So maybe I can get it back like this, right? Damage percent. And then speed for range. I'm happy to do that. I have way too much range and not enough speed. So just maybe we could get a little more speed, right? A little more armor. Max our crit out again, and we're good. That's it. So basically just we want a little speed, armor, and crit. That's all we need to finish this run out. Yeah, I'm hitting for nearly 300 per crit now. So damage is not really an issue. We just need to make sure we don't get one shot, so that's why we want more armor and some speed so we can dodge more effectively. Fill the buffers in the corners. We like to run away from you, move to the edges of the map. And you see when we do get hit, it gets healed pretty much immediately. Yeah, we're just like constantly full health even when we do get hit. And that's where the armor comes in, right? Armor and max HP. Look, we took only 10 damage from that hit, and then we just healed it back very quickly. Just run through the mob, try and kill more. Okay, more max HP or 89 materials. I think 89 materials is actually better. Damage, of course. Reroll, reroll. Crit chance. Okay, there we go. So we're back to that maxed out crit chance. Another claw. Another claw. And do we have knockback? Okay, we don't. I can go ahead and take this. And then that's it, right? Yeah, we're done. So these 4 weapons have 100% crit chance and 2.5 times multiplier. Yeah. And you can see our damage, our stats are all pretty much perfect. I'd say a tiny bit more speed and everything would have been perfect. But this is pretty much perfect. And we did, obviously, we didn't get to max out all our weapons. It's completely fine. It happens. You know, maybe next time. And let's end the game. Time to get rid of these final bosses. I will say you don't need to dodge everything, because if you kill one of the bosses, you do get to full heal, right? From picking up the crate. Well, not full heal. You heal for 100. But yeah, that's the run. Okay, that's how you play Brawler. It can be more dangerous than well-rounded. You have to keep that in mind. You need to make sure you're not walking into melee enemies. You need to keep your movement clean, avoiding projectiles and chargers. I'd say chargers plus bruisers, the ones that literally just charge at you, are the most dangerous, right? And don't forget, range is not super important on this character, but I will say you want to keep at least break-even range. You don't want to go too far into the negative. I'd say getting around the 50 range point is pretty solid. That way you do have a little bit more room to sort of move around and hit enemies. You know, you can kind of strike a little bit farther. You don't have to be, standing pretty much like right next to them, which makes it really difficult to dodge abilities sometimes. Okay, but you can see our stats, right? 60% dodge is the cap, 75% crit chance is the cap for the tier 4 claw. Um, attack speed is always nice, melee damage, right? These are your scaling damage stats, damage percent, and then yeah, some armor to keep you safer, even safer. And of course, I took quite a bit of luck throughout the run. Took some duckies early on, and then later on in the run, I took the clover, and then I also took, what was it? I took another luck item. Wait, am I? Okay, maybe I'm misremembering. I thought I took more luck. Oh yeah, 4 propeller hats. Literally 4. Because yeah, you only lose 2% damage, and it gives you a lot higher chance to see those higher tier upgrades, weapons, shops, right? So it's pretty worth it, right? It's like a scaling stat. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. This is how you play Brawler. If you have any questions, okay, please leave them in the comments. And if you like the video, please like the video. Okay? Next time we'll be playing Crazy, okay? So please look forward to it. I hope I see you next time, and goodbye. That's it. Bye-bye.